Recent years, businesses around the world have experienced a significant transformation in how they manage their supply chains. The traditional just-in-time approach, which focused on minimizing inventory and reducing costs, is now being reconsidered. Companies are shifting toward a just-in-case strategy, prioritizing resilience and security over pure efficiency. This change is driven by global disruptions such as pandemics, geopolitical tensions, and natural disasters, which have exposed vulnerabilities in tightly optimized supply networks. In this video, we'll explore what this shift means, why it's happening, and how organizations are adapting to ensure they can continue to deliver products reliably, no matter what challenges arise. Just-in-time supply chain model became popular for its focus on efficiency. Companies would keep inventory levels low, ordering materials and components only as needed for production. This approach reduced storage costs and minimized waste, allowing businesses to operate lean and agile. However, while just-in-time worked well in stable environments, it left companies vulnerable to unexpected disruption. Even a minor delay from a single supplier could halt production lines and impact customer deliveries. As global supply chains became more complex, these risks became harder to manage, prompting a reevaluation of the just-in-time philosophy. In response to recent disruptions, many companies are adopting a just-in-case approach. This strategy involves building up safety stocks, diversifying suppliers, and creating contingency plans to ensure that critical inputs are always available. Rather than relying on a single source or minimal inventory, businesses are now preparing for potential interruptions. This shift may increase costs in the short term, but it provides greater security and flexibility. By having backup options and extra inventory, companies can continue operations even when faced with unforeseen challenges, ultimately protecting their reputation and customer relationships. Transition from just-in-time to just-in-case didn't happen overnight. Several high-profile events such as the COVID-19 pandemic, trade wars, and natural disasters highlighted the fragility of global supply chains. Companies realized that a single point of failure could have far-reaching consequences. As a result, organizations began to prioritize risk management and supply chain resilience. This meant rethinking traditional practices and investing in strategies that could withstand future shocks. The goal is no longer just efficiency, but also ensuring continuity and reliability in the face of uncertainty. One of the key strategies in the just-in-case approach is supplier diversification. Instead of relying on a single supplier for critical materials, companies are now building relationships with multiple vendors across different regions. This reduces the risk of supply interruptions caused by regional issues or supplier-specific problems. By spreading their sourcing, businesses can quickly pivot if one supplier faces challenges, ensuring that production continues smoothly. Diversification also encourages competition among suppliers, which can lead to better pricing and improved service levels over time. Another important tactic is vertical integration. This means that companies take greater control over their supply chains by acquiring or developing their own sources for critical inputs. For example, a manufacturer might purchase a key supplier or invest in its own production facilities. Vertical integration can reduce dependency on external partners and provide more visibility into the supply chain. While it requires significant investment, it can also lead to long-term stability and better quality control. Companies that vertically integrate are better positioned to respond quickly to market changes and disruptions. Safety stocks are extra inventories kept on hand to buffer against supply chain uncertainties. In the just-in-case model, companies are increasing their safety stocks for critical components and materials. This ensures that even if there is a delay or disruption, production can continue without interruption. While holding more inventory can increase costs, it provides valuable insurance against shortages. Businesses must carefully balance the cost of carrying extra stock with the benefits of improved reliability and customer satisfaction. Technology plays a crucial role in modern supply chain management. Advanced software and data analytics help companies monitor inventory levels, track shipments, and predict potential disruptions. Automation and artificial intelligence can optimize ordering and logistics, making it easier to manage complex supply networks. By investing in technology, businesses gain greater visibility and control, allowing them to respond quickly to changes and minimize risks. This digital transformation is essential for building resilient, just-in-case supply chains. Scenario planning involves preparing for a range of possible future events. Companies use this technique to identify potential risks and develop contingency plans. By simulating different scenarios such as supplier failures or transportation delays, businesses can test their responses and ensure they are ready for any situation. Scenario planning helps organizations build flexibility into their supply chains, making them more adaptable and resilient. It also encourages proactive thinking, so companies are not caught off guard by unexpected challenges. Strong relationships with suppliers are more important than ever. Companies are working closely with their vendors to improve communication, share information, and solve problems together. By building trust and collaboration, businesses can ensure that their suppliers are reliable partners in times of crisis. Supplier relationship management also involves regular performance reviews and joint planning sessions, which help identify potential issues before they become major problems. This collaborative approach strengthens the entire supply chain. Many companies are moving away from global supply chains and focusing on regionalization. By sourcing materials and components closer to their production facilities, businesses can reduce transportation risks and respond more quickly to changes in demand. Regional supply chains are less vulnerable to international disruptions, such as border closures or trade disputes. This trend is leading to the growth of local suppliers and increased investment in domestic manufacturing capability. One of the biggest challenges in supply chain reconfiguration is balancing the need for resilience with the pressure to control costs. Building safety stocks, diversifying suppliers, and investing in technology all require additional resources. Companies must carefully evaluate the trade-off between higher expenses and the benefits of a more robust supply chain. The goal is to find the right balance that ensures continuity without sacrificing competitiveness. Automotive industry provides a clear example of supply chain reconfiguration. In the past, car manufacturers relied heavily on just-in-time deliveries from a global network of suppliers. However, recent chip shortages and shipping delays forced automakers to rethink their strategies. Many are now building up inventories of critical components, diversifying their supplier base, and investing in local production. These changes are helping the industry become more resilient and better prepared for future disruptions. Electronics sector has also faced significant supply chain challenges. With complex products and long lead times, companies in this industry are especially vulnerable to disruptions. To address these risks, electronics firms are diversifying suppliers, increasing safety stocks, and investing in advanced forecasting tools. These efforts are designed to ensure that production can continue even when faced with unexpected events, such as factory shutdowns or transportation delay. Small businesses face unique challenges when reconfiguring their supply chains. They often lack the resources of larger companies to build safety stocks or invest in technology. However, by collaborating with other small firms, joining purchasing cooperatives, and focusing on local suppliers, small businesses can improve their resilience. Creative solutions and strong community ties help these organizations weather supply chain disruptions and continue serving their customer. Governments play a key role in supporting supply chain resilience. By investing in infrastructure, providing incentives for local manufacturing, and establishing emergency stockpiles, policymakers can help businesses prepare for disruptions. Governments also facilitate information sharing and coordinate responses during crises. These efforts create a more stable environment for companies to operate and adapt their supply chain. As companies reconfigure their supply chains, sustainability is becoming an important consideration. Businesses are looking for ways to reduce their environmental impact while building resilience. This includes sourcing materials responsibly, minimizing waste, and investing in energy-efficient transportation. Sustainable supply chains not only protect the environment, but also enhance brand reputation and customer loyalty. Risk assessment tools are essential for identifying vulnerabilities in supply chains. Companies use these tools to evaluate potential threats, such as supplier insolvency, transportation delays, or geopolitical risks. By regularly assessing risks, businesses can prioritize their mitigation efforts and allocate resources more effectively. This proactive approach helps organizations stay ahead of potential problems and maintain smooth operation. Modern inventory management systems are critical for just-in-case supply chains. These systems use real-time data to track stock levels, monitor usage, and trigger automatic reordering when supplies run low. By providing accurate and timely information, inventory management tools help companies avoid both shortages and excess inventory. This ensures that businesses can meet customer demand without tying up too much capital in unused stock. Efficient transportation and logistics are vital for resilient supply chains. Companies are investing in multiple shipping routes, alternative modes of transport, and reliable logistics partners. By diversifying their transportation options, businesses can reduce the impact of disruptions such as port closures or driver shortages. Advanced logistics management also enables faster and more flexible responses to changing market conditions. Regular supplier audits and compliance checks are becoming standard practice. Companies want to ensure that their suppliers meet quality, safety, and ethical standards. Audits help identify potential risks and areas for improvement, strengthening the overall supply chain. By maintaining high standards, businesses can avoid costly disruptions and protect their reputation. Monitoring the financial health of suppliers is crucial for supply chain stability. Companies are conducting regular financial assessments to ensure that their vendors can withstand economic shocks. Early detection of financial stress allows businesses to take action, such as finding alternative suppliers or providing support. This proactive approach reduces the risk of sudden supply interruptions. Collaboration among all supply chain partners is essential for resilience. Companies are sharing information, coordinating production schedules, and working together to solve problems. This collaborative approach helps identify potential bottlenecks and ensures that everyone is aligned toward common goals. Strong partnerships create a more agile and responsive supply chain. Supplier development programs help vendors improve their capabilities and performance. Companies are investing in training, technology upgrades, and process improvements for their suppliers. These programs strengthen the entire supply chain by ensuring that all partners can meet high standards and adapt to changing requirements. Supplier development is a win-win, benefiting both buyers and vendors. Having clear visibility into inventory levels across the supply chain is critical. Companies are using digital tools to monitor stock in real time, from raw materials to finished goods. This visibility allows for better planning, faster response to changes, and reduced risk of shortages or overstock. Transparent inventory management supports both efficiency and resilience. Accurate demand forecasting is more important than ever in a just-in-case supply chain. Companies are leveraging advanced analytics and machine learning to predict customer needs and adjust their inventory accordingly. Improved forecasting helps businesses avoid both shortages and excess stock, ensuring that they can meet demand without unnecessary costs. Efficient supplier onboarding processes help companies quickly add new vendors to their supply chain. Standardized procedures, clear requirements, and effective communication ensure that new suppliers can start delivering materials without delays. Fast onboarding supports diversification and reduces the risk of supply interruptions. Having exit strategies for suppliers is an important part of risk management. Companies develop plans for replacing vendors who can no longer meet their needs, whether due to financial issues, quality problems, or other factors. Clear exit strategies ensure that transitions are smooth and do not disrupt operations. Tracking supplier performance is essential for maintaining a resilient supply chain. Companies use key metrics such as on-time delivery, quality, and responsiveness to evaluate their vendors. Regular performance reviews help identify areas for improvement and ensure that suppliers meet expectations. This focus on metrics supports continuous improvement and reliability. Supplier risk segmentation involves categorizing vendors based on their importance and risk level. Companies focus their risk management efforts on critical suppliers whose failure would have the greatest impact. By segmenting suppliers, businesses can allocate resources more effectively and prioritize their mitigation strategies. Multi-sourcing means using several suppliers for the same material or component. This approach reduces dependency on any single vendor and increases supply chain flexibility. If one supplier faces a disruption, others can step in to fill the gap. Multi-sourcing is a key element of the just-in-case strategy, supporting continuity and risk reduction. Analyzing the geographic location of suppliers helps companies understand potential risks, such as natural disasters or political instability. By mapping supplier locations, businesses can identify vulnerabilities and develop contingency plans. Location analysis supports diversification and helps companies avoid overconcentration in high-risk areas. Supplier qualification process ensures that new vendors meet all necessary standards before being added to the supply chain. This includes quality checks, financial assessments, and compliance with regulations. A thorough qualification process reduces the risk of future problems and supports long-term supply chain stability. Digital collaboration platforms make it easier for companies and suppliers to share information and coordinate activities. These tools support real-time communication, document sharing, and joint planning. By improving collaboration, businesses can respond more quickly to changes and resolve issues before they escalate. Innovation partnerships with suppliers can drive improvements in products and processes. Companies are working with their vendors to develop new materials, technologies, and solutions that enhance supply chain resilience. These partnerships foster creativity and help businesses stay ahead of emerging risks. Clear communication protocols with suppliers are essential for effective supply chain management. Companies are establishing regular check-ins, escalation procedures, and emergency contacts to ensure that information flows smoothly. Good communication helps prevent misunderstandings and enables quick responses to issues. Performance incentives encourage suppliers to meet or exceed expectations. Companies are offering bonuses, long-term contracts, or preferred status to vendors who deliver high-quality products on time. Incentives motivate suppliers to prioritize reliability and continuous improvement, benefiting the entire supply chain. Ongoing risk monitoring helps companies stay aware of changes in their supply chain environment. Businesses use data analytics and external reports to track supplier performance, financial health, and geopolitical risks. Continuous monitoring enables early intervention and reduces the likelihood of major disruptions. Contingency planning with suppliers ensures that everyone is prepared for unexpected events. Companies and vendors work together to develop backup plans such as alternative sourcing or emergency logistics arrangements. These plans help maintain operations during crises and minimize the impact of disruptions. Digitalizing supplier relationships streamlines communication and data sharing. Companies are adopting platforms that automate routine tasks, track performance, and provide real-time updates. Digitalization increases efficiency and transparency, making it easier to manage complex supply networks. Analytics tools help companies gain insights into supplier performance and risks. By analyzing data on delivery times, quality, and costs, businesses can make informed decisions about their vendor relationships. Analytics support continuous improvement and help identify opportunities for cost savings and risk reduction. Training programs for supply chain teams focus on building strong supplier relationships. Employees learn best practices for communication, negotiation, and conflict resolution. Well-trained teams are better equipped to manage supplier interactions and ensure smooth operations. Benchmarking supplier relationships against industry standards helps companies identify areas for improvement. By comparing performance metrics with peers, businesses can set realistic goals and track progress. Benchmarking supports continuous improvement and ensures that supply chains remain competitive. Regular reporting on supplier relationships keeps all stakeholders informed. Companies prepare reports on performance, risks, and improvement initiatives. Transparent reporting supports accountability and helps drive positive changes throughout the supply chain. Shift from just-in-time to just-in-case supply chain strategies marks a new era in business operations. By diversifying suppliers, investing in technology, and prioritizing resilience, companies are better prepared to face future uncertainties. While these changes require investment and careful planning, the benefits of a robust and reliable supply chain are clear. As the business landscape continues to evolve, organizations that embrace these strategies will be well positioned for long-term success.